Okay, so we've gone ahead and set up our URL, gone over how to add multiple URL campaigns. We've laid down our anchor text so we get great diversity and we have full control. And now we're going to use the keywords. Now, some may wonder why, we're using keywords when we already use anchor text, based on our main keywords, and we'll go over that in a minute here. So I'm just going to drop our keywords in, and you notice they're comma separated. If you put your mouse over, it'll give you instructions. In this case, they're comma separated. Down here, they're spin syntax. So we've added, just 5 keywords in this case, and actually, generally probably you want a little bit more than that, but they really need to be very broad terms. And the reason for that is it's going to take these words, and go to search engines and find sites in your niche to find candidates to link back to you with, right? So GSA is a busy worker. It's going to go through hundreds of thousands of sites a day for a number of, for a while. I mean, it's going to go through millions of sites. So and you need to make sure you give it a broad enough set of keyword terms where it's not going to run out of candidates, at least initially. And so you want to have really broad terms. So, for instance, if this Facebook campaign is about weight loss, then you want to use weight loss, fat loss, maybe diet, really broad terms like that, and maybe 7 or 8 of them. The ones that you think will be most pertinent towards getting a wide variety of sites that you would like to see links from. You want to kind of rethink sometimes the way you're deciding on these keywords too, because because you're in the weight loss industry doesn't mean the only good links that you're going to get would only come from the weight loss industry. I mean, the weight loss industry includes health, right? For instance, a health site link coming into you for your weight loss niche site would be a great link. So think outside the box a little bit on the type of sites that would be great links. I mean, for instance, if you're a lawyer and you're getting links for a lawyer, then links from a business site would be awesome links, right? So it's not just lawyer terms, because lawyers serve businesses, and links from a business site to a lawyer site would be very natural and very high quality. So think in those terms. Try to broaden your horizons a little bit on the keywords. We want to, and again, this is just a starting place of a campaign. So over time, GSA is going to go through a ton of sites, and we want to add, broaden the campaign as it goes to give it more targets to find. So you might want to start with a very nice list here, and you might want to add to it in a few days, and then a few days later even add to it more. There's a number of ways inside that we are going to go over during the course of these videos to expand the campaign further. So they'll be addressed in the various videos that pertain to that. But one way, other than adding keywords, is to add to check these 2 boxes. What they're going to do, and if you mouse over it, it tells you exactly what they're going to do anywhere in GSA. But they're going to find the meta keywords for the sites that it found for your keywords in the search engine, and it's going to use those meta keywords as additional search terms to go look for more sites. So that's what these first 2 will do. So after a number of days, that would be another way to broaden the campaign, right? Just come back in here and check these 2. Now this last one, is going to be useful under certain circumstances for you. It's when it goes to the search engine with your keyword, it's going to put it in quotes, which we know gives a really tightly niched set of sites to it. It doesn't broaden the campaign, it actually restricts it, but in a good way, highly and tightly into your niche. And this could be useful under certain kinds of circumstances. I mean, say you have a client that comes to you who's got a boatload of links, but they're all from outside his niche. They're just general links. I mean, he doesn't have hardly any links from his niche. So you could just click this box, and it would just get him super highly niched incoming links to round out his portfolio of links coming in and put them back in balance, right? I'm sure you can think of a lot of other ways you can use this, but that's just an example. So I recommend to start, just use 7 or 8 or 10 really broad keyword terms and expand the campaign as you go. Now, we're going to go over to options and continue the discussion here. GSA is going to take those keywords that you set up right here, and it's going to take them to search engines, and it's going to look for sites for you to get links from, right? So in this case, you know, these settings expand the box. So if it's really narrow, you can use this to expand it. It's easier to see. But you'll notice that you've got sites from, you know, all over the world here, and they're in alphabetical order, right? I mean, there's almost nowhere in the world that's missing practically. And you'll be able to right click in here, and you'll be able to have different choices. Like you can choose by country, and it'll automatically go choose everything from that country. You can choose by language, and it'll choose the search engines in that language around the different places of the world, or German or Spanish. You know, or you could uncheck all, or you know, whatever you want to do here. But in this case, you know, since this is a weight loss, you know, and I'm in the United States, it's going to be an American campaign. I'm going to choose, in this case, you know, what would be most appropriate for this test campaign would be to choose the United States. Now, if you're in Australia, then, you know, you'd choose that, or United Kingdom that, or anywhere else in the world you are, your local area. So what this has done is it's basically a shortcut. So now you've gone into the United States, you're going to see that, you know, it checked them, and it's all of them. So you can prune some out if you don't like them, if you don't like some certain search engines, right? So this is just a shortcut to choose all of them, but you have ultimate flexibility. And these are, again, just the settings from the beginning of the campaign. You can add search engines as you go as another way to widen out the campaign, right? So everything is adjustable on the fly. So we've chosen the USA search engines in this case, but I want you to think about the fact that there's all the search engines in the world here. So, you know, if somebody comes to you from some other country and says, can you do a campaign for me, you can be very confident that you can get them local links, right? Which means, you know, in most cases, you know, they're not as competitive as it is in the United States, and you might find that you can actually get some pretty nice listings done with a lot less work than you can here in a lot of cases. So that's should give you confidence to handle any kind of client from anywhere in the world, but also maybe some ideas on things to try. So I'm not aware of any other linking software that has all the search engines in the world in it, but GSA does, and we're thankful it does. It's quite a tool to take advantage of. Now, in addition to that, we've already set the United States. We've set the keywords to look for. We've got some other settings here that we can utilize, right, to adjust the campaign. So what I'm choosing here, I don't want to use stop words to query with, right? If you do, I mean, you know, here's stop words you can use. They're built in. You can adjust this list again. You can, you know, you can click this box, and if those are used to get better variation of your keywords in the search engines. But I like to just set mine the way I want them and broaden the campaign as I go. If you want to use that, then, you know, it's here, and, you know, you can experiment with it. I've checked the bottom box here, which means it's going to go look for the sites in my niche, and it's going to take, you know, which are my competitors, and it's going to take their backlinks and parse them to see if they meet all my filters, and if they do, give me links, you know, the ones I want, give me links back to my sites from. And then this second box I checked means that it's not only going to take these keywords and go to the search engines and look for sites for me, but it's also going to add what it finds into a database or a list of sorts. See, so when it finds a site and identifies it, it's going to put it in an identified list. When it submits to it, it's going to put it in a submitted list. When it verifies the link, it's going to put it in a verified list, and if it bombs, it's going to put it in a failed list, right? And it's going to use this list, this inventory of sites that I've accumulated over its campaigns to submit to in this campaign, or in future campaigns, right? We're just starting off with the first campaign, so obviously there's no list in here yet. So it's not really important for the first campaign because what you submitted to and what's in here are going to be one and the same. But the second campaign, you come back and set up, you check this, and then you'll have that inventory of sites in here to pull from, right? So it gives you diversity. So so not every site is right within your niche, but it also makes GSA more efficient. Right, because it takes a lot of resources to scour the world, search engines, find the exact sites with all these different filters and parameters we've set, and then to go in and make a link and add the article and everything else it needs to do. Where it can just go right to this list, get a link, and it makes a GSA faster and more efficient, as well as adding diversity to the type of links that we're going to have coming in, all which are good things. So these are the settings now for the keywords, and so I think you'll find these lists of websites from around the world a powerful option. And again, think about ways that you can use these to expand your campaign as you go and give GSA more options on sites to find, as it progresses through the campaign.